Persona 5 is truly the gift that keeps on giving. With it coming out in just a couple of months in Japan, Atlus have been trickling out live streams, trailers, articles, and more to tell us all about the interesting new things coming to the game, with even another live stream planned to celebrate the game's completed development happening the day before I plan to have this video up. I was in the middle of making my next Quick Takes video when I truly jumped down the August Persona 5 Royal rabbit hole and realized there was a lot more to talk about than just a small segment. So with plenty of Persona 5 Royal things to talk about, here's a look at all the information I could find about Persona 5 Royal from August and a little before to help us all catch up with what's going on with this great looking game. Since my last Quick Takes video where there were 4 character trailers to talk about at that time, there have been a lot more Persona 5 Royal trailers since then. There's been another 4 character trailers, a nice 4-minute long promo video, and also a release window trailer for the West, and all of these trailers feature some point of interest. Just talking about character trailers, we got to see Haru and Makoto's showtimes in their videos. There's also a curious scene with Haru and her dad, which I'll talk about later. Morgana's trailer has a lot of funny moments, along with new personas being shown in both Morgana's and Futaba's, and in general, these trailers show a lot of things worth getting excited about. There are 2 things I found particularly interesting in these trailers, with the first being Futaba's all-out finisher attack image being shown, which I'd hoped was coming thanks to one of the previous promo videos kind of teasing it, and now that it's official, I love how much it suits her. Despite the fact I'm a huge Futaba fan, the trailer I actually found the most interesting ended up being Akechi's. Not only did it have some funny scenes, but it also had a lot of new scenes in Kichijoji, and this coincides with the fact that his confidant rank will be getting a full redevelopment. As some of you will probably already know, Akechi's confidant rank went up with the story in the original Persona 5, but this time it'll go up like the other characters by hanging out with him, which not only makes him feel more like part of the group this time round, but will also let us see a different side of him, which we can already see in the lighter scenes of Ren and Akechi together in this trailer. A couple of other things that made his trailer especially good was how it showed some of a new dungeon and new enemies, and the fact that he's in another dungeon is great since he didn't get much playtime either in the original, so it's clear to see they're definitely putting a lot more effort into developing his character, and I'm looking forward to seeing how his character feels in this Royal version. The Phantom Thieves weren't the only ones to get a trailer though, as Counselor Takuto got a trailer too that shows us a bit of his personality, which you can see in the subbed versions available. He definitely looks like he has his own quirkiness to bring to the cast, and he seems well liked by people in the school. So thanks to this trailer, we know a bit more about him now, and his confidant rank looks like it could be a lot of fun. Takuto's trailers and the others do a great job at giving us a peek at the new elements we can expect to see in Royal, while reminding us of all the lovable points of Persona 5 in the first place. So as the Japanese release approaches, hopefully we'll get to see a trailer for Joker or something, as I like how fun these character trailers make the world of Persona 5 feel. That's not all though, as outside of character trailers, there's a decently sized promo video that features a broader look into the new parts of this Royal Edition. It opens up with a Sailor Moon style transformation for Kasumi, which is everything, and then we get a look into the new character Jose, who has an adorable design. We then see more of the wire mechanic that's supposed to create shortcuts in palaces, and is supposed to come from ranking out Kasumi as a confidant, and there are some interesting scenes in the trailer that paint Kasumi in that grey light that make it hard to know if she's friend or foe. Between this video and the Akechi one, we also get a more extended look at that new dungeon, along with new puzzles and others. In those dungeons, I hope the enemies shown can also become personas too, because there's one that looks like a giant teddy bear, and I definitely want that in my Persona roster. And overall, these fresh areas make exploring Persona 5 again seem exciting, thanks to the new things in these dungeons and the way they look kind of mysterious. On top of having new places to explore, the underground dungeon of Mementos has a few new things we can see in this trailer, with Mementos looking very white and foggy in this trailer, whereas other videos show it looking more pitch black. This could have something to do with the new Mementos events that have been announced, where for example the pitch black environment can panic enemies, so I wonder what the effect of this white fog will be. But in any case, this feature along with all the others and the extra story content shown in the promo video definitely show that there's been a lot added to make Persona 5 Royal have a lot of new things to look forward to. As a cherry on top of all of this, Atlus USA put out a trailer revealing that the West suggested release window for Royal is for spring 2020, and while that is a little far away, especially when you consider Japan's late October release, it's always good to have a time window, and with all this Japanese Persona content available to give us a preview of the game, I hope we can see some content with the official localization to give us more of a preview as well. The trailers already had a bunch of information on their own, but there was also a 2-hour-long livestream held on Atlus's Japanese YouTube channel, and with a VTuber on the panel and a Morgana takeover halfway through, you know it had to be good. In the livestream, they showed a lot of gameplay for certain elements of Persona 5 Royal, and was also when they revealed the Akechi trailer, the second promo video, and Morgana Sushin 4, which is when Morgana took over to have a live Q&A with producer Kazuhisa Wada. The biggest draw for this event for me was the near hour of gameplay shown, which gave an extended look at Kichijoji and Mementos, with the Mementos section showing us a lot about the new character Jose and the mechanics he brings to the game. For Kichijoji, we got a look at the day and night version of it, and also a look at the features, shops, and mini-games in the area. The stream started off by looking at Kichijoji in the daytime, where we can see the city at its liveliest, with a lot of things to do around town. Like other areas in Persona 5, there are food stalls that sell food items that also recover your HP, there's an incense shop where you can buy items to increase Persona's stats, and there's a secondhand clothing store where you can sell clothes you found in dungeons, and it even has a point card system where you can trade points for extra items, which I love, as so many stores have point cards these days, especially in Japan, so I like that kind of attention to detail put into something we can actually play with. The place they spent the most time with in this first gameplay segment was Penguin Sniper, where you can go play darts and billiards with the Phantom Thieves. Interestingly, they revealed that the darts minigame in Persona 5 Royal is actually a collaboration with a company called Darts Live that make dart machines in real life, and reminds me of the kind of realism games like Yakuza get in their minigames by doing these collabs that is cool to see Persona do as well. In the stream, they chose to play darts with Makoto, and as they were choosing who to play with, we can also see on the side benefits like HP and damage up that you can get from successfully ranking up in the game, which you seem to do by getting your score to 0. As they get started with the darts game, we can see that this feature uses the motion control in the PS4 controller to place a narrow oval on the dartboard. Once that oval is in place, a moving dot hovers over that board, and you have to hit a button to throw the dart where the dot is. And while it seems easy enough, between the motion control and the timing involved in placing that dart, I get the vibe I won't be great at this, but I certainly want to give it a try, as it'll be fun to try another in-depth Persona minigame. After playing darts, the stream then moves on to looking at the night version of Kichijoji, and as they run through the streets at night, a certain person caught my eye. There's a certain person hanging out near an alleyway, which matches the appearance of a screenshot featured on Persona Central that describes a mysterious merchant that'll take items and trade them for equipment. He's very inconspicuous, possibly hence why they ran past him, and you can also see that he's actually not marked on the map, so I look forward to finding him when I play Royal and seeing what he has to offer. After running past him and then running around the city, they then head to a new jazz bar where you can drink non-alcoholic beverages and see some new character dialogue while raising Persona stats. They chose to hang out with Yusuke in the stream, and we can see there's a good amount of dialogue here. Not as much as a confidant event, but still a decent amount that makes these events seem worth doing, especially since the character trailers I talked about before feature a few different conversations that take place here, make me wonder what these conversations will reveal about the characters. Also, since it's a jazz bar, I do wonder if we'll hear some great music here, as this is the jazz-infused Persona 5. But regardless, the character events look interesting, and I look forward to learning more about this aspect in general. The stream then took a quick break from gameplay where Morgana crashed the stream with his 4th Morgana Sushin episode, which conveniently ties in with the gameplay they showed next, as the show and stream both look into the Mementos-dwelling Jose and what his role will be in the game. Jose appears to be a young boy who wants to learn more about humans by collecting flowers and stamps. So as you run through Mementos, you can pick up flowers scattered on the path and hit stamp pads to get stamp points to bring to Jose when he appears. When you give these to Jose, you can use the flowers as basically currency to buy items from him, and you can use the stamp points to have Jose hack Mementos Mementos to give you either more XP, money, or items, which will be a great way to get extra XP if you're trying to get through your second playthrough quickly. In the stream, Jose also takes a look at one of the Ishi items that can be collected from dungeons in Royal, and I read that if you collect multiple Ishi in one dungeon, he can use them to make an accessory with a unique skill. So it seems he's very useful for getting powerful in the game, and I look forward to trying his features. What honestly gets me the most excited to try this is the new gorgeous UI they've given his menu that show that Atlus have still got it when it comes to stunning UI design, and I already want to set this as a wallpaper. So altogether, Jose's features look very well done and everything looks really impressive. And again, it adds some great looking new features to refresh something that we've played with before. Jose aside, the rest of the gameplay was spent just generally going through Mementos, where we could see some battles with new elements along with a new type of request that can be completed here. There are a few things to notice in battle, including that the song Takeover is being used as promised when they successfully sneak up on enemies. We also got to see the new Showtime attacks get triggered, although I'm not totally sure how they get triggered from what was shown in the stream. One time it got triggered by a baton pass, and the other was done when a one more attack was given by hitting a weakness, so I wondered if it gets triggered when stats are boosted or something. In any case, they make battles look pretty exciting, so I'll be interested to hear more about how they used and obtained in future. The final point of interest they looked at in gameplay was one of the Mementos missions, with the new type being ones where you can negotiate with the target based on information you found on the fan site or in the city that will help you complete the negotiation successfully like they did in the stream. I really like the sound of this, as it reminds me of that Danganronpa detective vibe of running around the city and asking people for clues and whatnot, and seems like a good fit for these Mementos missions. And with that good looking final edition, that's pretty much it for the gameplay shown in the stream, and as you can see in just this video summary, they definitely showed a lot. Aside from the live gameplay, we did also see Morgana show the pitch black version of Mementos in Morgana Sushin, and he also did a live Q&A with producer Wada that confirmed a few small things, such as the adjustment of Ryuji's instant kill ability to only activate when dashing now, the fact that repurchasing DLC you had for the original 5 in Royal will only cost 10 yen in Japan, which I hope they do in the West too, and also the lightening of the share function rules for PS4 to allow people to use the PS4 share function until mid-December this time round. They also showed the cool box for the Straight Flush edition that Japan's getting, which I really hope we get in the West, as the box looks fantastic and the contents, including a cool looking t-shirt, look like they'd be great to have and display, so I'm crossing my fingers for this one. In other recent Persona 5 Royal news, there's been some great looking new artwork revealed for the main cast of the game, along with artwork from most of the new Personas, with my favorite by far definitely being Ann's new one. There's also been talk of a mysterious third semester, which I wonder if that clip of Haru and her dad has something to do with, as along with that clip and a screenshot version, there's also screenshots of Futaba with her mom, Akechi around at times that don't really make sense, and something definitely seems to be amiss for these situations to exist. I have a theory that perhaps this semester is set inside a palace like Cognition or something, but the truth of this I'm sure will be kept a secret until we can play the game. It definitely has me intrigued, and I'm interested in seeing what this surprise will be in the full game. Other tidbits include that new character Kasumi will get her own version of the DLC outfits already featured in Persona 5. This Royal Edition is said to have a 30% increase in new features and expanded ones, and there's also going to be new endings that can be triggered depending how you play. Looking at all these things, there's definitely a lot to be excited about, so much so that it may tempt me into buying the Japanese version in October, as spring 2020 is a fair way away and I'm already very excited. Either way, I hope this video helped you guys catch up on Persona 5 Royal as well, and I hope we hear even more about this great looking game, whether it's in the form of trailers or more Morgana Sushin episodes, to help keep this hype going. Thank you for watching this video. Let me know in the comments below what you found most interesting in the recent Persona 5 Royal news, and if you plan on picking up Persona 5 a second time in the Royal version. You can like and share this video if you enjoyed it, subscribe to my channel for more JRPG content like this, and ring that bell to get notifications on whenever I post so you don't miss a thing. You can check out more videos here, and you can find me on social media on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram, all at JRPG Jungle. Links to those will be in the description below, along with links to where you can pre-order Persona 5 Royal, and until next time, thank you, bye!